back. Mark Bertoli joining us from Abbott Wealth Management on this Wednesday afternoon. Welcome back.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the first time I've been with you on the show for a little bit, actually.
That's right. Well, you've been sitting at the other desk.
That's right, and here I am back in the club chair. It's much more comfortable here, to be honest. It's more comfortable. But it's great to be back and having you on the show. And we're talking today a little bit about our emotions when it comes to our investments.
Right. You know, there's definitely a cycle, and we watch this happen over and over and over again. I'm going to go back to 2008 when we had the financial crisis. People are there's fear and greed in the markets, and they come out of that very fearful. No different than hitting your thumb with a hammer. The next time you use the hammer, you're going to be very, very cautious. But I'll bet most people have hit their thumb more than once in their lives because it wears off. So people come out of 2008 and they say, okay, well, I don't even want my money in the market, but if I put it in, I'm going to be very careful with it. And as the market grows and continues, so 2008 to now is 7 years, people go, well, I did well last year and the year before, and I still want to do well. So they tend to up their risk tolerance. And the longer the cycle, the greater chance we are closer to a correction. And so it should be the other way around. We should be aggressive after a correction and then get more conservative as the cycle goes along. So just a little bit of advice about taking the greed and fear cycle and reversing it, and you will serve yourself very well with your investments.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's a good way of seeing it. We are looking at some graphs today. Did you want to get
I
to
did,
first?
yeah. I want to talk a little bit about tactical investments. And our industry is one of jargon. So I want to explain tactical investments. You're going for a walk and you look outside and it's cloudy and you hear some thunder. And you look down beside the door and there's an umbrella. And you pick up that umbrella and you take it with you just in case. In case there's a rainstorm, you can put that umbrella up and protect yourself. Tactical investments are the exact same thing, except you have a financial umbrella. So if we could bring up, I brought a chart that showed what the market's doing, and then the red line is the market, and it showed back when oil fell, you can see the declines in the red line, and the blue line just kind of went along. So in a tactical investment, the investment manager would have the option to duck out of the market or move to investments that are not as exposed to volatile sectors. So in this case, each time the market fell, that would represent a thunderstorm. And each time you see the blue line continuing on without being hugely affected, that means he put up the financial umbrella. So he moved the investments from products that were very susceptible to decline to maybe a bond portfolio, some cash, or some consumer discretionaries, or something that isn't as volatile. So that's tactical.
Okay, so keep the umbrella near and dear when you hear the thunder.
One way to put it.
I like the metaphor.
Yeah.
And then we have another graph as well.
Okay, so our question of the day today was, what should I do about my income in retirement in volatile markets? So this is a chart of the TSX Composite Index going back about 20 years. So you can see there's definitely ups and downs in the market. But what we have is there is a certain cycle. There is a certain time period from when we hit a peak to the decline and back to where your money's back where it's at. The key in withdrawing income during that period is to have what's called a cash wedge built into your portfolio, or a portion of your portfolio that does not go through the cycle. That maybe something like a tactical investment in there where your income comes from, where it's not as affected. The other part of your portfolio can go through the cycle, and when you need to draw on it again, it's back up to its values again.
Nice.
You really do not want to sell stocks at a low value in your retirement, because you're ending up having to sell twice as many stocks, for instance, to generate the same amount of income.
Okay, so that's something you can set up.
A very, very effective strategy for dealing with volatile markets in your retirement.
I didn't know that was available. I'm not ready to retire yet. Wish I was, but for people who are getting close. Mark, thank you very much. Some good tips today.
You bet.
On the financial front. If you have any questions for Abbott Wealth, information on the screen, abbottwealth.com as well, their phone number and their email address there, info@abbottwealth.com. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.